Hello everyone, welcome back to EU4 where we are continuing our Wendish Empire playthrough. Clearly I've reloaded the game. I've adjusted some UI settings to kind of see exactly what this is going to look like on the TV in terms of resolution. So we'll see how that goes. In reloading the game, we still are under the threat of a personal union unless 71-year-old and 29-year-old produce illegal heir. So we're praying to the dear goodness that that's going to happen. Anywho, in the last episode we took over some territory from Novgorod, which now I believe it's... Who owns this? You do. Yeah, I think it's probably in our best interest to start fabricating claims on someone else. We've got a peace treaty for 14 years, and I mean that just gets a little dicey. We could take a province from Smolensk. Not really sure I want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start spying on Great Britain, largely because that's a war that's going to be forthcoming. I mean, anyone with any foresight, I think, would say that there's a high probability that the Brits are going to come after us, and in doing so, we're going to definitely be challenged a bit. But I do want to look at this. All right, so Great Britain, surprisingly, is just a little bit stronger than us. I actually can live with that. It's not as dire as I first perceived it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's start the game up. Let's get everything built. Let's get our manpower back and hopefully prep for what comes next. Because this game can turn on a dime. Now, what I do think we have going for us is we do have more military tech than the old Brits. And I think that is a good thing. A really good thing. But in the meantime, we probably could do this. Let's recall our diplomat from Mazovia, and let's just go ahead, and you are a vassal of these guys. Alright, so let's actually build some spy network on you. You want military access? That's fine. Oh my gosh, we have an heir to the throne, ladies and gentlemen. It is a name I can't pronounce. We'll just call him Peace Law. He's a 432. I can live with that. And we're going to change his name to... can we get back to Nils? Man, they're really pushing hard for Prindota again. You know what, Martin? I remember we had a King Martin who was okay. So we have an heir. Thank God we have an heir. We're not going to have a personal union. I can breathe a sigh of relief. And it seems that the old man is a tactical genius amongst being married to a 29-year-old. He's a lot of things. And so we will build our spy network. Another marketplace just got completed, which Long term means more money for us. More money is great because that's what makes the world go round. We're still hunting enemy fleets, which, I mean, that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. You know, if Great Britain does declare war on us and we can win it and we can siege down a chunk of British Scandinavia, we foreseeably could probably force them to release Sweden, which, truth be told, would probably be a good idea. It'd be a good thing for us. I know it would be a good thing for us. But we'll go ahead and dock those ships, let them just kind of hang out for the time being. And we can honestly fabricate claims on probably 1, 2. We could probably take away 3. Those 3. We'll kind of work our batches in 3 in order not to incur the wrath of aggressive expansion. Aggressive expansion probably doesn't get really bad until we start meddling in this part of Europe. I do believe it's 1454 that we're going to be able to start integrating Greater Poland, which will be, it'll help us out long term. We need to get rid of these guys. We need to clean up that and do everything else. So when the crown could not or would not pay cash to the nobles, they would instead grant them privileges to collect special revenues from which they could make a healthy profit. We can grant privileges, improve the Byzantines' opinion of us, which is already just pretty doggone abysmal. Or we can... They lose loyalty. Yeah, why not? Now, keep the burghers happy. Our nobility's a little problematic. Alright, so we have maxed out improved relations with Greater Poland. Could we put that diplomat? I mean, is there anybody else that we can... I mean, Jerusalem, who are you allied with? Valencia, Milan, and these folks who are currently embroiled in war. We do have cores. I mean, Holy Roman, what are you doing over here? I guess, yeah, you're fighting Byzantium. It's like, what are you doing? Why? Why are you doing? Yeah, that's what we want to do. So let's go ahead and grab this. Sweden says that's my core. I said I beg to differ. And we completed our other marketplace, and so I believe the next stuff that we'll start really focusing on is how we handle churches. I'm going to get the word eventually right, and it's just a matter of time. So yeah, like I said earlier, I've been playing around with the UI settings. This is 1680 by 1050. It was a little more legible than actual 1080p. If I'll probably adjust it again. I may drop it down to lower resolution just to tweak with things, considering I'm not playing on a computer screen. This is actually hooked up to my TV. But I think I'm pretty confident that there's going to come a point where I'm going to find a happy medium. So we can build a church, and it looks like the gross benefit is, I believe that's per month. So, I mean, we've got a lot of churches to build, which means we need to make more money. In terms of trade, we are doing okay in Krakow. Not great, but we're doing okay there. The Baltic Sea, surprisingly, is not as strong of a node as I remember it. English Channel is still pretty stout. Genoa is pretty stout. I mean, it is the beginning of the game, so a lot of this is going to get better over time, naturally. So, and I mean, we haven't even seen the Renaissance spawn. So I'm sitting here going, oh, I played, basically 40-something, 50-something minutes, and I'm expecting big numbers. I just need to cool my jets. Root out corruption, fort maintenance. That fort. Let's actually take a look at this. I'm okay with that fort. That makes sense. That fort also makes sense. That fort makes sense. That fort makes sense. Does that fort make sense? I mean, those two do for the time being, but at some point, if we take this territory, I'm not so sure that one does. And that one, I mean, yeah, that does make sense, but I mean, are they really going to pose a threat? I mean, the Brits do, but I'm not really at a point where I want to delete any forts. We're also not flush with forts, so I guess that's an okay thing too. Let me... Maps of the Mediterranean, man. Okay, so I do believe that we can go ahead and fabricate a claim. Oh, wait, are you not the one do I already have a claim on? I do have a claim. Alright, so we already have one claim there. I guess all we have to do is... Oh, we have to fabricate independently on them? Well, they're a vassal of... So they'll automatically join that war. Let's go ahead and say no more there. And we need to build a spy network against you. But that's not true. Oh my gosh, so many lies. So many lies. I forget about that. You gotta fabricate on the Overlord. Let me make sure that's right. So Great Britain's now going after Novgorod, which is really unfortunate for Novgorod. So, yeah, they're at war with Norway. I forget that's a package deal. Let's see, what else? We can go ahead and pop a claim here. We need to keep doing that. We need to get as many claims on Great Britain, so in the event that they declare war on us, we're not sitting there with our pants down, so to speak. There are some Norwegian noble rebels, so make no bones about it. It's not that everything's hunky-dory there. And I think what we'll do is our cores are almost done, which that's a great thing. And it looks like we can actually take some more, we can invest in additional technology, which that makes sense to me. I'm happy with that. We can now, we're in the Eastern Tech group, so we're going to get Eastern Militia, and you got shock, defensive shock, offensive shock. We're going to take the offensive shock. And there we have it, folks. So we've now got the premier military in the world, which I think is a great thing. And hopefully we can kick this war off and get it won and take some more territory and continue to consolidate our gains, because these are going to be the easy. This is the low-hanging fruit. The very low-hanging fruit. And we may be able to... Can we annex you yet? November. So that, yeah, we'll see that really come to fruition. And my gut says that what I think... Hey, there we go. There we go. Yeah, this episode, we may see the war kick off. It may be the beginning of next episode, but we can at least start the annexation of the provinces, Greater Poland. Blah. I can't talk still. Okay, so we have an influential preacher, a young devout preacher. I'm going to go with priest because we're Catholic. Has spoken out recently about how great our adherence to the teachings of the Holy Father in Rome is. This can only be good for our future. So we can gain some prestige. We can send him to Roma. We haven't really played the whole papal game yet. Let's go ahead and boost our prestige, because that's naturally going to trickle down. And we want to kind of keep that high. We get benefits from that long term. We probably need to be prepared when our king dies to have to boost that stability. Whew, boy. That's slogging along. It's really just slogging along. And in the meantime, September, October, November, in 2 months, we can start that integration. I anticipate it'll probably take some time, and if we're at war, it'll pause it. So, It's not great. It's also not terrible. Yeah. And there we go. He has passed away and we're in Regency, which is lovely. I believe. Not really. But let's go ahead and prep for annexation. Whew. We're basically losing Diplo, which is abysmal right now. -5. I don't even know if we're going to have enough to fully annex that joker. Let's see what kind of bump we get. A little bit of a bump, but yeah, -5. Oh, that's brutal. Yes. Whew. That may be... I'm going to go ahead and say that that's not going to be in the cards right now. We're just going to keep our relationship topped off with them. We do need to annex them. Something fierce. Okay, so we can pop another claim on the... No, we can't. Not on the Brits, but we can on Minsk, which I think puts us close to time. And yeah, it puts us right at time. So we're going to go ahead and make a cut. But when we start up the next episode, war will be upon us. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll expand some more, and I'll catch you next time. Y'all be good.